Okay, welcome. I'm going to do a quick video tutorial of how to use Google Docs, just the basics. You'll first go to google.com. If you do not already have a Gmail account, you'll need to set one up. So let's go over here to sign in. And if you haven't set one up, go ahead and click Create Account Now. It's free. Once you do, you'll get a username and password, and we'll go ahead and sign in. Okay, so you do have Gmail here. If you already have a Gmail account, you may not have noticed that you can click this More and you'll see Documents. So click on Documents. Now, once you use Google Docs a lot, oftentimes that Documents will actually just show up here in the main menu bar here. Okay, so this opens up Google Docs. Now, if you've never used it before, you probably won't have all these in here. I've used it a little bit, so I do have some stuff. Google Docs has changed a little bit over the last couple of years. You can now upload pretty much anything there. So I've got pictures here, so I can click the picture here and it'll show thumbnail images. Close that out. If I want to just view all my images and videos, I can click Images and Videos. I think I just stuck a few images up here. So then I can get a little preview of that and close that out. Okay, or if you want to see all your documents, we'll just look at all our documents. And notice up here in the search result, it puts these little filtering mechanisms in. If I want to see everything, I can go back to Home by Xing that out. Okay, so let's say there are a couple different ways to create a document. We can go to Create, and then we'll have choices. We can create a document, which is very similar to what a Word document would be. We can create a presentation, which would be like a PowerPoint, a spreadsheet, which would be like Excel, and a form. So if you want to collect data, if you want to embed a form on a website for people to fill in, which is very valuable. I do not use the drawing, and collections are basically another word for folders. In fact, they used to be called folders. Now they've renamed them as collections, very similar to a tag in a Gmail account. So we can just create a document. And notice that very similar to Words, we start off with an untitled document. We don't want to do that, so let's go ahead and give it a snappy title. We'll just call it Test Doc 1. Okay. Now, one of the nice things about Google Docs is that it continually will save. So if I put text in here, just sample text, I'm recording now, so there's a little bit of a lag time. Just some sample text. Solve the equation 3x minus 2 equals 7. It does have an equation editor you can build in. Links, you can add images, comments, footnotes, etc. So very similar, some of the basic features that Word has. Probably all the ones that you would use. And the good news is it continually will save this document, so it's nearly impossible to lose a document within Google Docs. Okay, if I want another powerful feature on Google Docs is the ability to share these documents. So I can click this Share tab here, and I can share this document with other people. Right now, I'm the only one who has access to it. But if I wanted to save this document with Dave Caverly, I can add him, and I can make him an editor so he can edit the document. Or if I don't trust David quite so much, maybe I just want him to look at it and he can give me feedback later. But I do trust him, so we'll go ahead and do editor, and we can click share and save. And so Dave will get an email asking that. Maybe if I want somebody else, I can enter in as many people as I want here. Lucy McDonald, I can put her in if I want somebody else. There's my wife, if she wants to edit it, she can. I can put a message in here. So just testing Google Docs. Send a copy to myself, etc., etc. And you see we're now populating these this box here with people that can edit the document, and I can always X amount if I want. So So if I say, maybe Dave has moved on, he's no longer with the organization, I can cancel that out. Okay, save changes. We'll close that out. And now if I go back to the Google Docs, you can click Google Docs, or I can just go back here to Google Docs here. This test doc 1 shows up here. This is the little icon for document. You can hover the mouse over it. If I actually click the selection box here, it'll give you a preview of the document over here. Right now I don't really have a lot in there, so you may not be able to see anything. I can add a description, and I can look at, I can see who's sharing, what sort of sharing settings I have. Oftentimes it'll actually show the settings. You may not be able to see that. Let me move this over. Okay. So again, I can, if I have one of them selected, I can see, this is using Google Docs, who's sharing. Notice I have some tags here. It's in Google Docs, and it's also in the Tide folder. So I've created what are called collections over here. And so if I want to add this test document, whoop, didn't mean to do that. I can take it and drag it into, whoop, I can drag it into any of these folders here. I'll put it in the Tide folder for now. And notice right now I've got a little Tide tag here, and I can put this in multiple tags. So I can also put this in the Google Docs tag. Now I think I can, maybe I can't do that. At one point you could actually drag the tags over onto them, but I guess they removed that feature. I'll go back to home, and let me take this now and drag it down to the Google Docs. So you can see I can put multiple tags on there, and then they show up there. Okay, and you can certainly sort. Sorting is another powerful feature about this. We've seen sharing and tagging. If I want to just see all of my text documents, there they are. If I want to see, I've already shown you images and videos. If I want to see just ones that are private, I can click on those. So these are all the ones that are private. If I want to see ones that are just owned by me, all the ones owned by me, not that other people have shared with me, you can kind of explore those options. All the ones that are not in collections. Maybe I want to organize some of these folders or files that I've got. So I have all these files here that are not in collections. Okay. So another way you can get a file up here, and this is very common, is to create the file first in Word, or use an existing document that you already have in Word, and then you discover Google Docs. You go, hey, I want to use that, but I don't want to have to retype everything or even copy and paste. I can go to Upload, Files, and then I can just select a document. So let me come over here, and maybe just in my... Okay, not sure what that is. You can select multiple files at the same time to upload. You can have it convert it to a Google Doc. It depends on the level of formatting you have. It sometimes doesn't look too good. We'll just see what that is. So, and that's something definitely worth mentioning. If you have a heavily formatted document, lots of equations, lots of tabs and bullets, they sometimes do not come over as you would like. So what I recommend, so this was a, looks like I had no idea what this was. Looks like this was some sort of problem I was working for somebody, some sort of math problem. So that pulled over. But what I was saying was, if you have a heavily formatted document, I'm not going to download that, it's not going to preserve as well as you want it to in Google Docs yet. It's gotten better over the years, but it'll still lose some of the formatting. I use Google Docs all the time when I'm collaborating on something. If I'm collaborating on a paper or on some sort of project with some folks at my university, it's invaluable to be able to just put up promotion tenure activities as a Google Doc, and everybody can edit and work on that. Okay. So I've opened up a actually this is the Google Doc on Google Docs. So you can see you can put images in, you can create links, bolding, basic formatting will look okay. I use Snagit to snag these images, and you can apply little shadow effects and things like that. Again, if you want to look at the revision history of this, you can click on revision history and you can see who has revised this document. Well, second, you can't see it because it's way over there. Right now it's just me. So not very, you don't get to see sort of the power of the revision. Let me see if I can find one where more than one person has actually worked on it. Okay, I know one of the reasons it's not coming up. I've been converting some of my older documents to a new one, to the new Google Docs. When I open up an older one that was made before last year, it opens it up, and any revisions actually are wiped away. So it is not going to show the revision history, even though there was a lot of revision on this particular document. So I do not know if I'll be able to find one where I can show you what the revisions look like. Okay, I found one. There's one that I worked on with the committee of NAID folks. So this was a script. There were about 8 of us that were working on a certain script for a movie that I was helping them make. If we go here to File, see Revision History, we can see that this was not just one document. We see all these different revisions here, and you can see things that the current revision are edits that I guess I made, and then we can go back and see this document in the times. We can see the timestamp. So at 3:04 we can see what it looked like if we wanted. And you can kind of see the evolution of the document as it goes through. So here's how it started off. Okay, and then as other people started adding stuff on, we can see how we changed spellings, went to past tense. Okay, not a lot of edits. Another paragraph. So you can see that Linda L. Thompson actually made some of that. I can always restore back to that version if I want. Okay. There's another one that K. Patty made. Looks like capitalization. There's some minor tweaks. Okay, and I can look at show less detailed revisions if I want, and this will show all of them. So after each save, sometimes even 2 different saves in the same minute, if we want. Probably don't want to go that granular. Okay. So a very cool feature within Google Docs, the ability to collaborate and to see those revisions. And we can even see them as they are happening. When you are working on this live, and we'll see that, and I may be able to show you a little video where I recorded that actually occurring. So that is it on the quick version of Google Docs.